I did not realize how heavy Rose's first year was until I learned more about the Jake Burger story. Let me explain. I was roaming on the internet and I've discovered the Jake Burger and Ashlyn Burger story. They recently had a child named Penelope on October, diagnosed with Down syndrome. It seems like it wasn't a surprise. They knew Penelope was going to have Down syndrome. What they have announced, I believe they announced it on March 21st, they're going to hold this big event, and they're also going to launch the Burger Family Foundation. They have an apparel shop where you can buy some hats, all for Texas, all for Down syndrome. This stuff looks pretty dope. Now, the Burger Family Foundation is a big umbrella, and underneath the umbrella they have the Pins Pearls, where they're going to allow or allocate monies to families with children with disabilities to help them.
I need that money.
And then they also have this Lucky Ranch. They have big aspirations. I want you to look at this photo, man. Look at this photo of Penelope and look at her face. She is scarred, obviously just coming out of surgery, and she is still smiling. Man, when we were going through what we were going through with Ro in that first year, I don't ever remember feeling sad. I feel positive emotions going through it. But now that I reflect on it, it's like, oh, dang, that was heavy. And the reason why at the time I don't remember being sad is because of the way Penelope, the way she's taking photos. That's how my daughter was taking photos. She was simply smiling all of the time. She never looked like she was in pain. She was like, what's up? Hi. You want to play? Always smacking her lips, always just enjoying life. And that behavior is so infectious. It's like, I just want to smile when I see my daughter smile. I just want to be in a happy mood. I just want to play. Because my daughter never gave me signs that she was in pain, I guess I never thought she was in pain. Like, her resilience is so... It's so amazing! There was also the great words that the president had for Jake. And this is what he says. I always put myself in these guys' shoes. And I never had anything like that in my career, where I had a child experiencing a medical issue and a procedure that is potentially life-threatening, said Rangers president of baseball operations, Chris Young. To see him go home and prioritize his family, and then to come right back and jump right back in and perform with such a winning spirit, and makes me so happy he's a Ranger. These guys are not robots, they're humans, and they have real emotions and stresses and problems. Just like you and I and everybody else, I think it's easy to take for granted what they're going through, and the way he's handled it speaks to his strength and character, and the strength of his family. Hearing that out loud made me think about everybody else around us. We had a pastor come in and he prayed for us. We had social workers come in and talk to us. And I think that my daughter's behavior, my daughter's vibe fell on me and my wife to the point that nobody else picked up on how heavy the situation was. They were just like, "Ooh, this couple is handling things very well." I'm not saying that my wife never cried and she was never emotional. I'm not even saying that I was never emotional. I think it was a lot easier to overcome what we were going through because of my daughter's resilience. Her resilience at that time, and to this day, is just so impeccable. It is crazy. It is one of the biggest reasons why I feel like Down syndrome is so special. Like, you can learn so much from people who have Down syndrome, from children who have Down syndrome. And that's why they're so important to this world, because of their perspective, their outlook on life. Even during the doom and gloom, they are a beacon of light. And if I could just simply be a little bit of that light, my life will be a whole lot better. So there's just so much you can learn. Like, my daughter has taught me so much, and I'm not gonna like take away from my son as well. I don't know why I have to do this, but every single time I bring up my daughter, I have to like hit at my son being amazing too. Like, children are just a gift, and one of the gifts that my daughter has given me is the power of resiliency. And I feel like Jake Burger, he was able to go back to the game because of his daughter's smile. Like, he sees that she's okay. She's a trooper. So I gotta be a trooper too. Let's go play baseball. Let's go hit some, I don't know what position he plays. I'm not even that familiar with baseball, but that's probably why, and I don't know if he can attest to it, but that's probably why he was able to get back in the field, because of her resiliency. I just want to encourage everyone and let them know, yes, what we're going through is really, really tough, okay? It's really, really tough, and we have to be able to acknowledge that, so that we can then take a little breather, reflect, and get back to our center. Because when life is just going and everything is smiles and all that, you don't really think that you need to reflect until it's too late. I just wanted to hear everyone's thoughts on my brain fart. And I want to also encourage everyone to just take a breather and reflect on their previous moments in life with their children, with their spouses, and soak in all of the joy, soak in all of the sadness. Whatever emotions come to you, let it soak, and realize, fully understand where you are standing, and fully understand whether or not you need a break, because it's important. Everybody need a break. Everybody need to go sleep. So if you need a rest, figure that out and figure out how you can get that rest. Okay. So that is pretty much what I've been doing these days, trying to understand what rest looks like to me and taking it without guilt. And I feel like that's very important, especially for us, the parents, because if we don't get that care, then our families are going to suffer. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and one love.